Fresh veggies, warm sunshine, and the satisfaction of growing your own food, it just doesn't get much better. Today, we're diving into the world of tomatoes. Those juicy red gems are a garden staple. But did you know there's a simple way to multiply your tomato plants? Get ready to grow tomatoes from cuttings. It's easier than you think, and the rewards are oh so tasty. Imagine this, a whole row of thriving tomato plants, all started from just a few cuttings. That's the magic we're about to unlock. This method isn't just about multiplying your plants. It's also a fun project to do with the kids. Plus, there's nothing quite like biting into a sun-warmed tomato you grew yourself. I also like to use this method as fall is approaching. It saves me time and lets me harvest fresh tomatoes in my greenhouse all winter long. So grab your gardening gloves and let's get started. Now, before we start snipping away at our tomato plants, we need to choose the right stem. This is like picking the strongest player for your team. It sets you up for success. First, look for a healthy stem. It should be firm, green, and free of any pests or diseases. We want a stem that's bursting with life. Next, check the growth stage. A stem from a mature plant that's already producing tomatoes is ideal. It's like choosing a seasoned pro, they've got experience. Finally, size matters. Aim for a stem that's about 6 to 8 inches long. This gives us plenty to work with and ensures a strong root system. Remember, a healthy, mature stem is the key to successful propagation. Choose wisely, my friends. All right, we've got our perfect parent stem. Now it's time to make the cut. Don't worry, this is more of a gentle snip than a dramatic chop. First, grab a sharp, clean pair of pruning shears or a knife. We want a nice clean cut to avoid damaging the stem. Think of it like a surgeon performing delicate surgery. Precision is key. Locate a leaf node on the stem. This is where the leaves grow from. Make your cut just below a leaf node, at a slight angle. Now here's a little trick. Remove the lower leaves from the stem, leaving only 2 to 3 leaves at the top. This helps the cutting focus its energy on root development. And voila! You've successfully taken your first tomato cutting. Give yourself a pat on the back. You're well on your way to a bountiful tomato harvest. Water is life, and it's essential for rooting our tomato cuttings. This method is not only easy, but also incredibly rewarding. Watching those roots develop is like witnessing a small miracle right in your own home. This step is like giving our cuttings a relaxing spa day. It's all about rejuvenation and growth. Imagine your tomato cuttings soaking up all the goodness, preparing themselves to become strong, independent plants. First, find a clear glass or jar. Clear glass is best because it lets us keep an eye on those roots as they develop. You can see every little change, every new root that starts to form, and it's truly a joy to watch. Fill the glass with fresh, clean water. It's important to use water that is free from contaminants to give your cuttings the best start possible. Avoid using chlorinated water, as it can hinder root growth. Chlorine can be harmful to the delicate new roots, so if your tap water is chlorinated, let it sit out for 24 hours before using it. Now, gently place your tomato cutting in the water, making sure the bottom part of the stem is submerged. This is where the magic happens. The submerged part will start to develop roots. The leaf nodes should be above the water line. These nodes are where new roots will sprout, so it's crucial they stay dry. We don't want our leaves to get soggy. Soggy leaves can lead to rot, which is something we definitely want to avoid. Place the glass in a bright spot, but away from direct sunlight. Indirect light is perfect for encouraging root growth without stressing the cutting. Direct sunlight can be too harsh for those delicate new roots. Think of it like a gentle, nurturing environment, not a harsh desert sun. Change the water every 2 to 3 days to keep it fresh and prevent any bacteria from growing. Fresh water is key to maintaining a healthy environment for root development. You'll start to see tiny white roots emerge from the cut end of the stem within a week or two. These roots are the beginning of a new plant, ready to grow and produce delicious tomatoes. It's like witnessing a tiny miracle. Each new root is a step closer to having a new tomato plant. Be patient and enjoy the process. Soon you'll have a thriving new addition to your garden. Now, on to the next step in our gardening journey. We're going to take our thriving tomato cuttings and give them a new, more permanent home. Our tomato cuttings have been enjoying their spa day, and those roots are starting to grow. Look at those beautiful, healthy roots. They've been soaking up water and nutrients, preparing for this very moment. Now it's time to give them a more permanent home, a cozy pot filled with nutritious soil. This is an exciting transition for our little plants as they move from water to soil. Choose a pot that's at least 6 inches in diameter. This size is crucial because it provides enough space for the roots to expand and grow strong. A pot that's too small can restrict growth and lead to a less healthy plant. This gives those roots plenty of room to spread out and grow strong. Healthy roots are the foundation of a healthy plant, so we want to give them the best start possible. Fill the pot with a well-draining potting mix. This type of soil ensures that water can flow through easily, preventing the roots from sitting in water and potentially rotting. Tomatoes love soil that's light and airy, not dense and soggy. The right soil texture helps the roots breathe and access the nutrients they need to grow. Gently remove your rooted cutting from the water and plant it in the pot, burying the roots and the bottom part of the stem. Be careful not to damage the delicate roots during this process. Leave those top leaves uncovered. These leaves will continue to photosynthesize, providing energy for the plant to grow. Place the pot in a sunny location where it will receive at least 6 hours of sunlight per day. This will ensure that the plant gets enough light to grow strong and healthy. Water your newly potted cutting thoroughly, making sure the soil is moist but not waterlogged. Proper watering is key to helping the plant establish itself in its new home. Tomatoes are sun worshippers. They need plenty of light to thrive. By giving them the right amount of sunlight, we're setting them up for success and a bountiful harvest. Now it's all about giving it the TLC it needs to grow big and strong. Watering is key. Tomatoes love water, but they don't like to be waterlogged. Check the soil regularly and water when the top inch feels dry. This usually means watering deeply once or twice a week, depending on your climate and soil type. Stick your finger in the soil. It's the best way to gauge moisture levels. If it feels dry, it's time to water. If it's still moist, hold off for a day or two. Fertilize your plant every 2 to 3 weeks with a balanced liquid fertilizer. This gives it the nutrients it needs to produce those juicy tomatoes we all love. A well-fed plant is a productive plant. As your plant grows taller, you may need to stake it for support. Staking helps keep the plant upright and prevents it from falling over. Tomato plants can get a little top-heavy, especially when they're loaded with fruit. Without support, the branches can break under the weight. A simple stake or tomato cage will do the trick. These supports help keep the plant stable and make it easier to manage. Keep an eye out for any pests or diseases. Common pests include aphids, whiteflies, and tomato hornworms. Early detection is key to keeping your plant healthy. If you spot any pests, remove them by hand or use an organic pesticide. A little bit of prevention goes a long way. Regularly inspect your plants and take action at the first sign of trouble. With proper care, your tomato plant will reward you with a bountiful harvest. There's nothing quite like biting into a juicy, sun-ripened tomato you grew yourself. It's the ultimate reward for all your hard work. Once your tomato plant starts producing fruit, harvest the tomatoes when they're ripe and red. Gently twist the tomato until it comes off the vine, or use a pair of pruning shears for a clean cut. Now the fun part, put those homegrown tomatoes to good use. Slice them up for sandwiches, toss them in salads, or make a big pot of your favorite tomato sauce. The possibilities are endless. Growing tomatoes from cuttings is a fun, rewarding experience that anyone can enjoy. It's a great way to multiply your plants, save money, and enjoy the freshest, tastiest tomatoes around. So go on, give it a try. You'll be amazed at what you can grow. Happy gardening!